Greetings everyone, welcome to Law Logical, your go-to source for understanding the laws of the land in a simple and straightforward manner. We're here to unravel the complex web of legal jargon and present it to you in a digestible, easy-to-understand format. Our focus today? A topic that's often shrouded in mystery: prenuptial agreements in Indian marriages. So, let's pull back the curtain and navigate the often misunderstood and overlooked world of prenuptial agreements in Indian marriages. So what exactly is a prenuptial agreement? A prenuptial agreement, often referred to as a prenup, is a form of legal contract entered into by a couple before they tie the knot. This agreement is a practical tool for addressing financial matters in the event of a divorce or separation. Think of it as a safety net, a clear roadmap that details how assets and liabilities would be divided between the couple if their marriage were to end. It can include anything from properties, savings, and investments to debts, and even future earnings. But it's not just about money. A prenuptial agreement can also address issues like alimony, child support, and other matters that could potentially become contentious down the line. It's crucial to note that a prenuptial agreement is not a prediction or anticipation of failure. Instead, it's about preparedness and protection. It's about having an open and honest conversation about finances, which can strengthen the relationship and prevent misunderstandings in the future. In essence, a prenuptial agreement offers a sense of security and clarity, allowing a couple to enter into marriage with full knowledge and agreement about their financial commitments and responsibilities. Now that we have understood what a prenuptial agreement is, let's discuss its relevance in Indian marriages. The concept of prenuptial agreements is not very popular in India, but why? This question leads us into the heart of today's discussion. Prenuptial agreements, or prenups as they are often abbreviated, are essentially contracts established prior to marriage, outlining the division of assets in the event of divorce or death. Despite their practicality, their adoption in Indian marriages is quite minimal. The primary reasons for this are deeply rooted in cultural and societal norms. For starters, in the Indian context, marriage is not just a union of two individuals, but rather a bonding of two families. It's seen as a sacred lifelong commitment, not easily broken. The very idea of discussing a prenup, which inherently assumes the possibility of divorce, is thus often viewed as inauspicious or taboo. It's a conversation that many couples and families prefer to avoid, choosing instead to focus on the celebratory aspects of the wedding. Furthermore, the concept of individual assets is somewhat blurred in Indian society. Many families still practice the traditional joint family system, where assets are shared among the family members. In such cases, the notion of protecting individual assets through a prenup becomes complex and less relevant. However, with changing times and evolving societal structures, the relevance of prenuptial agreements is gradually being recognized. More and more couples are seeking to protect their individual financial interests. Prenups can be beneficial in reducing conflicts during divorce proceedings, making the process less stressful and more streamlined. They can help ensure a fair distribution of assets, providing financial security to both parties. In an age where the divorce rate is slowly but steadily rising, it might be time to reevaluate our perceptions of prenups. While they may seem uncomfortable or unnecessary, they could provide a safety net in an unpredictable future. While it's not common, it's definitely important to understand Indian family law's perspective on prenuptial agreements. As we delve into this topic in the next segment, we'll explore how the law views prenups and their legal standing in India. So stay tuned as we unravel the intricacies of this often overlooked aspect of marriage. So, what does Indian family law say about prenuptial agreements? Well, let's dive into this topic. Indian family law does not expressly recognize prenuptial agreements. Yes, you heard that right. There is no specific law in India that directly addresses the legality or enforceability of prenuptial agreements, but that doesn't mean they are illegal or invalid. Prenuptial agreements, or prenups as they're commonly called, fall into a gray area of the law. They aren't explicitly recognized, yet they aren't explicitly forbidden either. This can create a bit of confusion, but don't worry, we're here to clear things up. Now, let's talk about enforceability. The Indian Contract Act of 1872 forms the cornerstone of contract law in India. This act states that an agreement is valid if it is made by free consent of parties, for a lawful consideration and with a lawful object, and is not expressly declared to be void. So, applying this principle to prenuptial agreements, we can infer that a prenup could be enforceable if it meets these conditions. That is, if the agreement is entered into freely and voluntarily by both parties, if it is for a lawful purpose, and if it doesn't violate any existing laws or public policy. But remember, each case is unique and the courts will closely scrutinize the circumstances surrounding the agreement. In conclusion, while prenuptial agreements do not have a defined legal status in India, they are not exactly illegal. They can potentially be enforceable if they meet certain conditions as per the Indian Contract Act. But ultimately, the enforceability of a prenup in India is determined on a case-by-case basis, taking into account the specific facts and circumstances of each case. That's a wrap on the legal understanding of prenuptial agreements in Indian marriages. We hope this video gave you a clearer understanding of prenuptial agreements in Indian marriages. We've covered quite a bit today, from the basic definition of a prenuptial agreement to its relevance in Indian marriages and what the Indian family law says about it. Remember, these agreements can be a crucial part of the marriage process, providing a safety net and a clear path for both parties involved. It's all about understanding and planning, and we hope our discussion today has shed some light on that. If you know someone who might benefit from this knowledge, don't hesitate to share this video with them. Knowledge is power, and it's even more powerful when shared. Thank you for tuning in to Law Logical. Show your support to our channel by liking and sharing this video and subscribing if you haven't already. Don't forget to drop your queries in the comment section below. Stay tuned for more enlightening videos on the laws of the land. Until next time.